Hi everyone, and welcome to the fourth and final installment to my 2000s Barbie collection video. This video is going to feature all of my Barbies from 2009 to 2013. And I say to 2013 because I currently don't have any dolls newer than that. I think a lot of people assume I don't like the newest Barbies because I don't show them in like store hauls and stuff. That's not the case at all. It's just Colleen and I live with a certain budget, and we have the best luck finding Barbies at the flea market, both new and old. So we would rather, when we buy things in the store, we would rather buy like American Girl and Brat stuff, Monster High most of the time. So that's why I don't have like the newest Barbies. I'm also just not the sort of person where I care about having like the new thing when it comes out. That's just never who I've been. I always liked shelf warmers, and growing up I shopped secondhand and like at places like KB Toys that had discounted out-of-date dolls. So I'm just not that kind of person. I have a lot of patience for waiting around for things. So most of my newer Barbies are all just like what I found at the flea market that other people didn't want. And you would be surprised how quickly some of these Barbies turned over and weren't wanted anymore by their previous owners. So that's why I only have till 2013. This is just Barbie herself, not her friends or her family. If you are looking to use my collection to identify dolls, I encourage you to check out my Flickr, because there are detailed facial close-up, body photograph, clothing photos of every single doll in my collection. It's a lot more up-to-date than these videos, and you don't have to like watch an entire video and like keep rewatching it to identify dolls. I grew up with this generation of Barbie. They still are very close to my heart. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to each of my dolls. So this is just a quick pan. I don't have as many dolls in this video, I think, as the other ones. So starting here, we have Fashionistas Glam from 2009. This lady is very special. She was my very first Fashionistas doll, and also one of my first newer Barbies in my collection, so one of the dolls that I wouldn't have grown up with. I got her in October of 2011 or November. It was, I think, the very last day my dad took Colleen and I to the flea market, our regular flea market that we go to every Sunday when he was alive, and we found this big bag of Generation Girls, a Bratz doll, and just a bunch of really beautiful 90s and 2000s Barbies. And when we bought the bag for $10, the guy threw in a Ziploc that had some newer Barbies and some Disney clothes. So I took that bag because of the Disney clothes, not thinking I'd like the newer Barbies. But here we are all these years later. I love Glam. She means so much to me, and I can't picture my collection without her. She's gorgeous, and once I got to know her, I realized how beautiful she was. Speaking of Fashionistas, this is 2009 Cutie. Then we have Sassy and Sweetie, who is from the second wave. So these are from the first wave of Fashionistas. Cutie and Sassy and Sweetie were all from the Laguna bin of 2013, so I got a lot of like really mangy looking dolls for some Monster High I wanted, and unfortunately the child who owned these dolls before me did not take very good care of them, and they were very like abused and neglected. So these two were on broken bodies that I think a leg was broken, an arm was broken. Sweetie and my Ken doll named Shane were the only Fashionistas that were in good shape from that lot, and we always called Sweetie the lucky one because she had like her whole outfit and her right body. For a long time, up until this past year actually, these guys were on just like $19.99 bodies because I didn't have any Fashionistas bodies for them. But when I got the Live Clothing lot last year, there was a bunch of Fashionistas dolls with haircuts, and so they got their bodies, and Sassy even got her outfit. And I'm really proud of how these dolls look now. I love them a lot, and they're like family. Like when I originally got them, it was weird having newer Barbies, but now, like, they literally are family. Like, Cutie, Sweetie, Sassy, Glam. I can't imagine my collection without these guys. My favorite Barbie student teacher, so she's a Reproduction doll. She is also really special to me. So when I got back into collecting in 2011, I wanted to get a real vintage Ken doll, so I bought my original Ken from eBay. And I wanted to have a vintage Barbie to go with him, because he used to be in display in my room. Well, I remember at the flea market, my dad found this Reproduction Barbie, and he said he'd get her for me so she could go with Ken on display, and she was in my room for a long time. I had one of my like old my country living home set up for them so they could hang out in my room in there. I love her a lot. She is probably my most special reproduction for that reason, and she's really cute. And then this is the 1959, the original Barbie reproduction. Someone gave me this doll because they didn't want her anymore. They thought she was ugly. She's really cute though. I don't see what the issue was. And this is actually a knockoff bathing suit that I got with some random doll clothes at the flea market ages ago, and it looks really good because it's like supposed to be a mock of her original mermaid tail Barbie. I have 3. I have 2 brunettes and I have a blonde. This lady right here was my first mermaid tail doll. I got her from the Bratz Guy bin of 2011. With a bunch of Bratz dolls, one of my very first newer Barbies. And back then, I wanted to keep my collection pure. I really wasn't open-minded to the newer Barbies, so I wasn't going to keep her. But in a few months, I had a change of heart, and I'm really glad she's still here. And again, I can't imagine my collection without her. Like, I know her the best out of my mermaid tail dolls, and those are her swimsuit bottoms. And then I got her in the Live clothing lot, and you can see she's missing part of her eyebrow. Some newer Barbies, I mean, in general, some dolls are just not painted very well, and, you know, if you go to, like, lightly wash them, sometimes their paint flakes off, and it's unavoidable. But as you can see, my other 2 are fine. And I like her a lot, despite the fact that her eyebrow is missing. And then we have my Blondie over here. I got her from the Fashionistas lot of 2014. She's really pretty. I wanted to know who this doll was the moment that I found her in the bin because she's really gorgeous. And I was excited to learn she was a variant. My Glam Pets Barbie. And this is H2o Design Barbie. They are both from the Fashionistas lot as well. And I love this doll because she kind of reminds me of Salon Surprise Barbie because she's got the pink in her hair. I liked her a lot when I first got her, and she's one of my favorites from that lot. And then H2o Design Barbie, the poor thing had like a body with a super chewed legs, so she's on a donor. She's supposed to have silver tattoos. And she used to ooze a lot of glue, but her hair is like actually really soft now. So I get questions about how I deal with glue all the time. I just let it leak out and brush it out and wash it once in a while, and it takes care of itself. Like literally most of these dolls were loaded with glue at some point, and they're fine. So then we have my 2009 Fairy Barbie. She is grape scented, and I named her Grape because of that. So she's on the wrong body because the story behind her is one of the flea market sellers gave me and my sister a bag of just random bodies and heads and like just broken things and doll clothes that were all ripped, and she was in there, and I luckily had this really pale body for her to use in the meantime. She's beautiful. I love her glittery makeup, and I love to smell this doll. So then we have my Barbie Basics. So she's from collection 1.5. She's model 6. And these are from the first collection. So this is model 1, model 7, and model 11. I have more down there, but they're from the later collections. So this is my second Barbie Basics doll. I got her in the Disney Store lot of 2015, and I was really excited to get another Barbie Basics doll because they're just so cool, and she's actually, like, in my opinion, the least pretty of the ones I have, but I love how happy she looks and, like, how big her smile is. She's adorable. And then I got these 3, and actually the 2 dolls next to them, so I Can Be Bride Barbie and Sparkle Lights Princess Barbie. They are all from the Live clothing lot. That's why they all have their original outfits and look like they're in good condition. But I was really excited when I got that lot to see all these beautiful Barbie Basics with their outfits. So they're gorgeous, and I would have loved playing with these as a kid. I especially like this one that looks like Teresa with the really short hair. But the blonde is, oh my gosh, they're all beautiful. I love them. And what's cool about this video as to the last one is that this video has more like ethnic diversity just because of what I've happened to found at the flea market. So my other video mostly had blondes. And then, like I said, I got I Can Be Barbie and Sparkle Lights Princess Barbie from that lot as well. And they're really cute. I love them. And this was the nicest lot of newer Barbies I ever got. You can see, like, they all had their outfits. It's a shame, though. A lot of them had haircuts, which was really weird. They were taken care of, but someone liked cutting hair. I even found, like, scissors and hair in the lot. So then this is 2011 Holiday Barbie. She's actually dated 2010, but she was made for the 2011 holiday. So she was one of the few Barbies I bought in the store So during the like fall of 2014, I got really into buying newer Barbies. I really wanted more for my collection. That was the year that I really branched out and tried new things, and I learned to love all dolls of all eras and all makes. And I found her in the clearance section for, I think, like maybe $9, $7, something like that at a Walmart, and I had to get her. She's gorgeous. I love her gown and her beautiful earrings, and she also used to be really loaded with glue, but she looks so much better these days. Fashionistas Sporty, and then this is I Can Be Ballet Teacher Barbie. They are both from the Fashionistas lot of 2014, and this is one of my favorite Fashionistas dolls I own because she has like these beautiful green eyes and it looks amazing with her brown hair. And I actually bought this fashion pack brand new in 2014. I found out that they were running a sale at Toys R Us on Barbie fashion packs, and I wanted to have some nice clothes for my newer Barbies. So I bought like 3 different sets, and this was my favorite one. And then, like I said, I Can Be Ballet Teacher Barbie. She's adorable. She just had her hair redone. And then we have my other 2 Barbie Basics dolls from the second collection. This is model 5 and this is model 8. I got her with the other Barbie Basics dolls over there from the Live Clothing lot. She is probably my second favorite. All gorgeous. And this was my first Barbie Basics. So I got her at the flea market boxed for $5. And I remember when I first got back into collecting dolls in 2011, there were a bunch of Barbie Basics dolls everywhere. The stores were loaded with them, and every time I would be in the toy aisles looking at Bratz dolls, I would look at the Barbie Basics, and I would always say to Colleen that these are the kind of dolls that I would have had to have collected as a kid, because I loved playing with ethnic dolls and just collecting them, and they have so many different like face molds and hair colors and skin colors, and I love the basic outfits. That would have been like my thing too. So I was super happy to have found her, and I got her the same day actually as my first talking PJ, my talking Barbie, and one of my sister's Whitney dolls. I love her a lot, and I'm really glad she was my first Barbie Basics. She's gorgeous. She's still my favorite. Then we have She Said Yes Barbie. She's really pretty, and I love her side glance. She's so unique looking. It was the end of the 2014 flea market season, and we weren't having any luck that particular day, and Colleen found a little bin filled with McDonald's toys, and in it she found my Bratz Baby's Jade and this Barbie, and we just kind of took Barbie home with us because I was going to buy Jade and I felt bad leaving her behind, and she's become one of my favorites. And this is 2010 Holiday Sparkle Barbie. She is the African American version. Look at her. She's beautiful. I got her in the Disney store lot. She was one of the cooler dolls in that lot because she's African American and she's just so beautiful. Speaking of that lot, the Disney store lot, I got a Spin to Clean Laundry Room Barbie and 2010 I Can Be Pet Vet Barbie from that lot. They're really adorable. They're pretty like basic looking Barbies. You can see what I mean. I mentioned this before. They're hard to identify because Barbies from this era tend to look a lot the same. But I wish I had her laundry room. She's so cool. Then we have Swap in Styles, Sassy and Glam. I got her in the Live Clothing lot. One of the few fashionistas who didn't have a really bad haircut. She does have like a little cut section here, which is a shame. Was from the Jewel Secrets Barbie lot. So she was just a random newer doll that I got. And the cool thing about this Glam is I've had this outfit forever. I've got it in the Laguna bin. So when I got her and I realized she went with this outfit, I was so happy to mate them together. Like, I get most excited about mating like 80s Barbies and then these newer Barbies with their outfits for whatever reason. So then this is one of the fashion gift set Barbies. She is probably supposed to be Teresa, but she's not labeled as Teresa. I'll insert her stock number here, so if you're trying to like look her up and see what clothes she comes with and stuff. I got her from the Live Clothing lot, and she was really cool because I got all of her outfits and her shoes with her, and I love her green eyes. So then we have Dolls of the World India Barbie. I love like Indian Barbies. They're so beautiful. They're my most favorite Dolls of the World. So I have three favorite Dolls of the World. If you're talking from like all the different waves, I like the 95 Indian, her, and my Princess of the Nile from the early 2000s. Those are my 3 favorites. And the reason for that, the reason why she's one of my favorites, is because in 2011, when I began collecting dolls again, I would see this wave of Dolls of the World in stores all the time, and I lusted for this doll hardcore. Like, I would drool over her. She was like the prettiest Barbie I had ever seen. Right before Christmas 2012, I found her on sale at Walmart. The cool thing is, she was legitimately the very first Barbie I had bought in stores since 2005. So she was my first brand new Barbie, and I haven't bought that many since. I just don't buy them a lot because I find them used all the time. But I'm so happy to have her. She is amazing. I was really glad to have gotten her, and she means so much to me. So then we have a perfect Christmas Barbie. I got her from the Fashionistas lot of 2014. I also got the Skipper in her set with her. I think she's really gorgeous. I love her facial screening, and she's doing a lot better than when I first got her. Her hair used to be like crispy from all the glue, but it's mostly worked its way out. And Colleen really loves Skipper. That was our first Skipper that looked the newer Skipper dolls. Okay, so a moment of silence for this amazing Hair-tastic Barbie. She is the Hair-tastic Color and Design Salon Barbie. Of all of my 2000s Barbies, Travel and Style from 2001 and this one are my favorites. Like, I kid you not, I love this doll and I just think she's the bomb. The story behind her is that my sister saw this doll at the flea market in 2014 wearing a babysitter Skipper outfit she needed. So she bought her for, I think, $2 or $3 for the babysitter Skipper outfit. And at first, I wasn't really happy about getting another random newer Barbie because they're a pain to identify, and most of mine didn't have clothes at the time. I wasn't too keen on the idea. Then when I looked at her when we got home, I just became obsessed. Like, I can't even describe how much I love this doll. Like, I am obsessed with this doll. Like, when I pull her out of the container, I literally make giddy noises out of glee. Like, I get so excited. I could talk about this doll all day. Like, she's got saran hair. It's super long. I love her as much as Heidi. Ooh, I'm so glad we just randomly got her in an outfit. You just never know what dolls you're gonna connect with, and she's just one of those dolls. If I could only keep like 5 Barbies, she'd be one of them. I love her as much as Heidi. So then we have Designable Hair Barbie. I got her from the Disney store lot of 2015. And I always wanted this doll when I'd see her in stores. When I would see her in stores when I first got back into collecting, I thought she was really cool because she's got these pink streaks and she's a hair gimmick Barbie. She reminded me of Still on Surprise. And when I got her in the bin, I was so excited. And the funny thing is, I almost got this doll brand new because for my 21st birthday, my cousin and his now fiance wanted to get me a doll because it was my first birthday without Dad. So they were going to get me this Barbie. They ended up getting me my stylet Macy Bratz doll instead because her nickname is Doodles and she wears a plaid jacket, and I like drawing stuff and I always wear plaid jackets. So I ended up with Macy instead, but I got Barbie later. She's one of my favorites. So then we have Puppy Water Play Barbie. I got her in the Jewel Secrets Barbie lot. She was just one of the random newer dolls I got. She's really cute. She has like some chew damage on her foot down here. Poor Barbie, but she's adorable and she has really nice saran hair. Like, this is beautiful. 2 Fashionistas from 2011. This is when they stopped giving them like names like Sassy and Cutie and all of that. I got her in a little bag with some Disney store dolls and a few random newer Barbies. And then I got her from the Live Clothing lot. She was one of the few fashionistas that didn't have cut hair. But the story with this girl is when I saw her in the little baggie with the Disney store dolls, I thought she was beautiful. She has like this amazing face. Like, she's one of my prettiest newer Barbies. I looked her up and I was kind of disappointed that I didn't have her outfit. So she had her shoes though. So then, a week later, no lie, Colleen and I were at the flea market and we found a little Ziploc, and in that Ziploc was this dress. And like, I kid you not, I freaked out because I knew I had this doll and I knew that dress went to her. I love mating dolls with their clothes, especially, like I said, these newer ones. So then we have Dolls of the World Philippines Barbie. I still love collecting Dolls of the World, and I found her for $5 at Marshall's in 2014. And I just had to get her because she was super cheap and she's really beautiful, and I don't have any Filipino Barbies, and I just love her outfit. It's actually really, really nice. So then we have Dinner Date Barbie. I bought her in 2013 for a Mulan dress that she was wearing. We go way back. I love her. She's always getting her hair done and stuff because she used to have a glue problem, and then her hair used to like puff up a lot. So I love this doll. Then we have one of my favorites. This is Life in the Dreamhouse Barbie. So when I first was getting into collecting these newer Barbies in 2014, I got really into the Life in the Dreamhouse line. I was obsessed with it. I wanted this Barbie. For some reason, she was the one I wanted the most. I don't know why. I usually go for her friends. I would stalk her at stores, but she never went on a good enough sale. So then at the flea market that summer, I found her from Monster High Lady. She was a few dollars, and I had to get her. And what broke my heart is, do you see this hole in her dress? She's actually melted right there. Someone must have touched something hot to her. Like, I don't know if it was like a cigarette lighter or she got touched by some hair tool, but she actually has a big burn mark, and you can see her like boobs are kind of scorched. I felt so bad for her, and she was like barely old when I got her. She was still in stores when I got this doll, so it broke my heart, and I'm so glad to have her. And she's my favorite Life in the Dreamhouse doll that I have. And then we have my 3 Fashionistas dolls from 2011 as well, 2012, sorry. These are the Rainbow Wave Fashionistas, as they call them. I have 3, and I got them all in like pretty close proximity to each other. I got these 2 in 2015 from the Disney store lot. They were like little twins. I love getting twin dolls together, and I love them because they have like pink underneath their hair, and they have this really cool smoky makeup. And then I got her in the Live clothing lot with her shoes. You can tell her dress is missing the big thing. I can kind of tell them apart anyways because the 3 of them have different faces. Like, she's got the heaviest makeup, her eyes are flicked upward the most, and she has the softest makeup. So this is another one of those fashion gift set Barbies. I'll put her stock number in here. She's the African American version. She was my first like this. I got her in the Disney store lot of 2015, and I was really excited to get her because not only is she African American, she looks like Nikki. I mean, I don't have a Nikki doll, but I also love like just basic dolls that come with fashions. Pink Tastic Barbie. I got her from the Live clothing lot, and I actually had a dress like this for a long time, and I had no idea when I was trying to identify her that she was the doll that went in this dress. So it took me forever to identify her, but she's really cool, and her hair is doing a lot better. You can still see there's a little glue in there. Like, that's why it looks kind of wet. It's a little sticky, but it was literally like hardened with glue before, even after I washed it. Then this is I Can Be Soccer Player Barbie. I got her in the Teresa lot of 2016. She's in one of my transformation videos. She was like just this random newer doll hanging out, and I got her shirt with her. She's super cute. I love her little pigtail. She's just so happy looking. And then this is my newest Barbie. She's a 2013 Fashionistas doll, and I got her with this girl in a little bag with a bunch of Disney store dolls, and my heart broke for her because these dolls were in stores really not that long ago, and Colleen loves this doll. She's obsessed with her. She says she's like the prettiest fashionista ever, and I can't blame her. Look at those cherry red lips. Beautiful. So, I hope you guys enjoyed meeting my 2000s Barbies. I'm sorry that I don't have any like really new ones to show you. If you want to see pictures, feel free to check out my Flickr. Like I said, I always link it below, and you don't need a Flickr to look at my photos. And if you have questions about anything, you can always ask them in the YouTube comments and stuff. I answer everyone as long as YouTube doesn't glitch. Until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.